The Huntingburg Airport has voiced its concerns about a potential TIF district in Jasper. We'll have more on that. Plus, Carrie Schneider has this week's report with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society, and Brian Ketzner and Cheryl Mills discuss the CSRS Work Incentives Program tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. Well, the Huntingburg Airport has expressed its concerns about the impact that a potential TIF district in Jasper could have on its funding. Last night, Airport Manager Travis McQueen reported to the Du Bois County Airport Authority about some of those concerns. The biggest among these is the potential effect of the district on the revenue streams for the airport. McQueen says the TIF district would have a much wider effect than what most people realize. He says 1/4 of the airport's funding comes from county tax dollars, and the county is among 6 entities that could be affected by a potential TIF. Other impacted entities, according to McQueen, include the City of Jasper, the Greater Jasper School District, and the Jasper Public Library. McQueen says the TIF process will be something that the airport is watching very closely.
The future increases for the airport and/or for the Greater Jasper School Corporation and/or the other 6 government entities that will be impacted by this, that you will have a limited fixed income in the future. That's from their start date, which is whatever date that is, for the next 25 years. That's a serious concern.
McQueen says the airport will have to increase its existing revenue streams that aren't funded by taxes. He says they will continue to talk with Jasper City officials and others to gather data on potential impacts. From his perspective, Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz says the TIF is needed to grow the city for the future.
It's another tool to make us competitive. And again, there is no funding to a TIF project from taxes unless there's new investments. And all those taxes are being collected from those investments. So no growth, no TIF investment, no TIF dollars, nothing happens. We have to grow. And that's ultimately what we're doing this for.
If approved, city officials say the new TIF area would cover the majority of the industrial areas of Jasper. Seitz says funding collected from the new district can be used for things such as education projects. Now, the TIF process is still in its preliminary stages. Seitz says there has only been a declaratory resolution passed thus far. The plan will be presented to both the Jasper Plan Commission and the Jasper City Council later this month. No decisions are expected. Today marked Veterans Day across the United States, and people all across the country took the opportunity to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Locally, Jasper High School hosted its yearly Veterans Day program this morning in the gymnasium. The guest speaker was Staff Sergeant Randy Meyer with the United States Marine Corps. Meyer has served 11 years in the Marines, including 3 tours of duty in Iraq. Meyer says it was an honor to share his message with the students.
When I got the phone call that I was going to be speaking as the guest of honor, it was definitely, I felt really privileged. I really did, because I don't get the opportunity to actually speak in front of this many men and women, especially about the military service. And so it definitely it hit home for me, and it was nice to be able to get the word out a little bit more about the military and just in general.
Meyer says today's program served as a great reminder of what Veterans Day is really all about.
This day is, it's not about me. It's about all the veterans who have perished and have actually given the ultimate sacrifice, and it is nothing more than an honor to definitely be one to help carry on that tradition and help the American people, move forward, and also to be able to be proud of who we are at the same time.
The JHS program also featured recognition for senior Colin Newkirk. Newkirk, who led the Pledge of Allegiance, has already joined the Marines himself. He will begin serving with them at the end of the school year. Fellow student Mariah Merkley was recognized as the Voice of Democracy winner. She delivered her winning speech as part of today's program. The first Veterans Day was on this day in 1919, 1 year after the end of World War I. President Woodrow Wilson originally called the day Armistice Day and stated that it was a day to remember and honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice for freedom. Armistice Day was made an official holiday in the United States in May of 1938. The name was changed to Veterans Day in 1954 following World War II and the Korean War. Today, Veterans Day is observed every year on November 11th, regardless of what day it falls on. This year's Ferdinand Folkfest Fondo was a huge success once again. This morning, officials with DC Multisport presented the proceeds from the bicycle race to the Family Scholar House program at the Monastery of Immaculate Conception. This year's check came out to $5,615 in all. Sister Barbara Lynn Schmitz was on hand to accept the money on behalf of Family Scholar House. The organization plans to use the money to continue its work with 65 families to end the cycle of poverty and to transform the community. This year's Folkfest Fondo saw 88 cyclists in all participate. They come from Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, Ohio, and Tennessee. Finally this evening, Indiana Superintendent of Public Instruction Glenda Raths has released a video message for parents stressing the importance of family engagement to ensure children are healthy, safe, and engaged in learning. The video, which was released yesterday, came as part of the Indiana Department of Education's pledge to increase communication with parents with quarterly messages. The department made the pledge as it sought an extension of its waiver from federal No Child Left Behind rules. The video and information on the department's new parent portal can be found by going to doe.in.gov/parent portal. Raths says her next family engagement message will focus on the 2014-2015 state ISTEP test. One last Veterans Day tribute as we head to break this evening. Thank you to all of our servicemen and women who have served or are serving the greatest nation on earth. Carrie's back after this.